Streaming now.
Alright, I'm going on my profile to make sure I see it. One moment. Not seeing it yet. Let me refresh.
Refreshing YouTube, refreshing Twitch. Twitch is still showing off.
Alright, we're live.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go.
Alright, so I'm going to start that.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm going to start this. That way we have a good way to know.
Can they hear us in the mic?
No, the mic is muted.
Okay.
The mic should not be talking. See, they're not going to pick that up with part of mic if you, because I don't want them to pick up this coming from the speaker and have it. You got two channels of the same song, or we're going to sound like garbage.
And I gotta text you out right here so you can plug them in.
Oh yeah, this is
We held our dreams to the
She just
sky.
came up with this like what, yesterday or something.
And
I put this together Friday night, but a bunch of these are pictures from Rusty Fire,
And then we eventually went to
the thing at Chooches, and then
the swap meet at Breck Rotches.
and then also a couple photos from when Danny visited the Wasteland site last September. And it was
When Jimmy hear us.
lost its crown.
Yeah.
So it turns out I was your guide, a fallen angel at the dawn. I'll hold your dreams in my hands. We can still take this land, and when we when the fallouts came down, when were you when the king lost his crown? And where were you when the fallout came down? And where were you when the king lost his crown?
Hello.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wasteland Talk. I am your co-host, Commodore Pistol Whip.
And I'm your other host, Hatter of the Waste.
Let's have our little beginning toast. Always unprepared. God damn it, Leroy.
What we are talking about is a slideshow, for fuck's sake.
Hope you liked the little intro. Sorry that if you were able to hear us. This is something new that Hatter's been working on. We thought the microphone was not hot, but apparently it is. So our apologies. We'll try to do better for that. It's a learn as we go, where he goes.
I'll try to figure out how that happened, but it was supposed to be that you guys wouldn't be able to hear us, but you could hear the music that was part of the slideshow. But I don't know why you guys could hear us talk.
And speaking of music, for those who want to know what that song was, this is our resident Wasteland band Attack from their new album Antagonists. The song's called No God, and it's track 1 of this new album. You can find it on their website and their Bandcamp.
Yeah, I purchased all their music through their Bandcamp, so anybody wondering, and we have permission from Attack to use their music too.
Yeah,
so.
False Prophet gave us our blessing,
Yes.
or his blessing. That's how it works.
And if you want to see that slideshow again, I did put it on Wasteland Talk YouTube channel, so you can go back and rewatch it. And it has the music and everything, so it's always there for later viewing.
Correct. And I'm just gonna try to send this video around just so people are aware that we're live.
Yeah, so we've had a pretty crazy couple of weeks.
So sure the fuck did.
We haven't even been here in Vault 42.
All June. We were not
June.
Y'all kept us busy.
And we were all over the place. You guys saw a lot of our adventures from going down to Grotch's Swap Meet, and then we did Universal Studios after that, and we got to see the Waterworld live action show, and that was amazing.
I loved it.
You two are marking out so fucking hard.
Oh yeah.
So they had this thing, because it's been COVID stuff, they didn't want anybody screaming. So you were supposed to like pound your feet and like hit on the benches and make noise that way. And so the crowd would do that, like a crowd should when you want to cheer. Well, myself and Commodore were the only ones cheering for the villain.
Yeah, the smokers, the deacon.
Just going nuts, just losing it, just hitting on the benches.
And of course, you got people who are just watching, have a good time, looking at us like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Who cheers for the villains?
You had the cast members looking at you a little funny for a moment.
Well, no, even Deacon was like, yeah, he pointed at us. He's like, yeah, those guys right there. They know
Right?
what's up where we're
They know it's
It was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think they get a lot of people who cheer for the villains in that show. I think it threw everybody off. We were super excited.
Oh yeah, it was all of our first time there, and then of course over at Grotch's Wasteland Swap Meet, we were there. Of course, we had the show there for those who were watching it, and we got a few things. I can show off some right now.
I'm right next to the camera.
Yes, you are.
You can show yours off first.
So I got this. Get a better view of it since I wasn't able to the first time. It's from Waterworld. It's that fucking boat that the Mariner fucking rides.
The
Tremarian.
Tremarian? Okay,
Yeah.
Tremarian. Yeah, all right.
Trimarin.
Yeah.
The boat.
Yeah.
I have a hard time pronouncing words, so yeah. It's the boat.
I have to rewatch the movie to know exactly how to say it properly, and it's been a while since I've actually watched that full movie.
I just watched it recently. I got the Ulysses cut.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it had so much cool action. And you get a little like clip of Jack Black, because Jack Black was apparently in that fuck. He was the plane pilot.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like way before like he was really more well known.
It's such a young babyface Jack Black, and I was all for it.
Yeah, that's great.
We got some comments. Let me just fucking scroll around. Hold on. Where the fuck my mouse go? Right here.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So
Why are this thing?
we got Commander Bacon going, bye fuckers. And then we got Sarah Tony going, hello. And then Razor is watching, saying, hey guys, see ya in September. Looking forward to it, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking.
We'll mention that again. In September, we will be at Wasteland Weekend, Saturday, 2 p.m. The Rec Room. We will be filming an episode of this show. It will probably not be live broadcast, but it will be live filmed.
Yeah.
Because there's really shoddy internet out there. And so we are going to live film an episode, and then we'll later upload it to YouTube.
Yep. So, plus, majority of you motherfuckers are probably going to just be there. So if you want to see the show, show up.
Show up, bring
Yes, come be in our audience.
Yeah.
We will have the biggest audience because the Rec Room's going to set up their sound and mic. They're going to do their whole sound system for us. They're going to have camera people there. There's going to be places for audience to actually sit. We want to actually bring people up and interview people about, what is your experience at Wasteland. We're specifically looking for first years. So if this is your first Wasteland, or you're bringing a first-year Wastelander, bring them to our show. We want to get their experience specifically. We also want to talk to just about anybody, but the first years, it's that first impression. It's that magic of that first year that a lot of us love. And I kind of just want our audience to be able to experience that through a first year.
Oh, completely agree. I was like, oh, I'm so excited for that. Like, it's going to be interesting. Don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but that's how we roll in this show.
That's how the show goes more often than not.
But, so we got more comments. Quits and Logan says hello. I believe that's the dude from the Skullduggers, right? I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank on your Wasteland name. I know you're usual viewer, but like I only see your name and not your Wasteland name. So, and I'm shitty with names.
I'm gonna work on a list at some point.
Like this person and this person.
We need a key, just a
Yes.
just a
I'm gonna make one
whiteboard, a
at
piece
some
of
point.
paper. Just hang it up and be like, oh yeah, when this person comments, that's their Wasteland name.
Yeah.
And we also on the comment section we got Mimsy just fucking loved that video you did.
Yeah, like I said, if you want to see it, it's in our YouTube on Wasteland Talk. I uploaded it. There will be another video we're doing a little later in the show. It's an interview with Septic Tank from the Rust and Fire event, and that video is also on our YouTube for later viewing.
Correct. And then let's see, I'm still fucking messaging people up because I like to spam the fuck out of people.
Yeah.
Yes, share our link around and follow our Twitch and follow our YouTube. We're trying to build up our followers on both of those. If we build up enough YouTube followers, we can actually have like a custom YouTube URL. Whereas right now, I mean, you can look up Wasteland Talk and you'll find us, but it's some random string of numbers for our URL. It's not like Wasteland Talk.
Yeah.
Twitch has our Wasteland Talk name, and then on Facebook, of course, we're always on DJ Carney Robbers, or Danny Fontana's page. Eventually, we might try to do a custom. We do have a Facebook group if you guys want to join that and follow that.
Well, we have a Facebook page.
Facebook page.
Yeah, there's a difference. There's a difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a Facebook fan page. You can leave comments, ask us questions, post pictures, whatever, standard stuff. And we will try to, especially if we're coming up on a show and you have some questions you want us, some subjects you want us to address, like, oh, I have this great costume idea, will it work? Or, oh, I'm coming out and I want to camp in Tent City or in the theme zone, what should I know? We can try our best to answer some of those questions, some of that stuff. It's going to be like, well, go to the website and, join the, fill out the application if you want to be in the theme zone,
Yeah.
So we don't necessarily control who gets into Wasteland City, but we can, give you some tips and tricks.
Yeah, from our experience alone.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got a couple more comments. Mimsy goes, new Wastelanders really keep all the rest of us connected to the magic.
Yes.
And then we got Exodus going, fuck you! Which, by the way, Exodus is actually here as an audience member along with Mike. What's your Wasteland name again? Do you have?
Mew.
You?
Mew?
Mew Mike.
Mew Mike.
Mew Mike?
Who gave me that name? What's his name? Captain Sister.
Oh, Corporal.
Corporal.
Corporal gave you the, ooh, name from Corporal.
She named me Mew.
I like that.
Mew.
Because that's how we communicate.
Yeah. So then goes got Santos, and of course he's got to get everybody a fucking heart attack saying 81 days to go.
Oh dear gods.
What?
Yeah, there's a countdown.
Yeah.
TK puts that out.
With a nice, beautiful photo that he created.
Yeah, they're all his photos, and then he adds in however many days are left. And he's an excellent photographer.
Oh yeah, he's probably like one of the best, if not the best one out there.
Yeah. So hopefully, we'll get lots of photos from him, of course, coming up for the next year.
Yeah.
So I got a couple other cool little trinkets I got over at Grotch's swap meet. Figment, if you want to show off yours.
So if I'm sitting on the side, so I'm gonna see.
That's all.
Tell me if this
Yep,
works.
it works.
So I picked up that. Is pretty. Is shiny. Is mine.
Practice my
Got a nice little blade.
Practice my stabbing.
Step. Step.
Yeah.
And my little hold on my moment. I just bought my ticket, so I'm officially going. Now everyone in the vault has officially now we all have our tickets. We will be going.
Yay!
So, yes, that finally bought it. I'm so proud of Figment right now. So we got a couple more comments. One, we got Jess saying hi. Hi, Jess. Welcome to a Wasteland Talk show.
Right.
You probably don't even know what the fuck that is. But
Keep watching. You'll be entertained.
so
We are entertaining.
we got Mimsy replying to Santos' account going, shh. And then fucking,
Agreed.
we got Cameron.
Yeah, don't tell me. Don't tell me how close it is.
Cameron comments,
Not
workday on the Kinderpanzer at 10 a.m. works in Vallejo tomorrow.
Ooh.
Okay.
And then, we got Needle Watch going, miss your face.
Ah, Needle. Okay, so we have to share a story about Needle too.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be down the line. But first, I want to get my show and tell thing.
Yeah, do your thing, and then we'll share a story
So,
about it.
one of the other things I got is this bottle opener thing. And I had a chuckle at what it said. I had to buy it. It says I Heart Beavers.
Yeah. Accurate.
So I said I have to have this just because of what it says. Like it's beautiful. And then Grotch was sweet enough to give me one of their Cat's Paw issues. This is which issue? I think this is the first issue.
It's autographed.
Yes, it's been autographed by Grotch. Yep. Stay hydrated, comrades. A little. I'm not gonna show everything on here. This you can go buy one.
Yeah.
Go to Culture Cat Means at Sea.
There's some really sexy pinup
Oh
in there.
damn!
Yeah.
So whatever you like, it is covered. Whatever you're interested
I'll
in.
be at my bunk.
It's similar to their calendar in that, there's a lot of very sexy pinup of multiple gender, inclusion type stuff.
He
So
does.
whatever you like, it's in there.
So Sans goes, thought you loved cougars too.
He does.
I do.
Yes.
I am a cougar chaser.
And it does not discriminate.
And then
As long as you're legal.
as long as you're legal to drink.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, if you can't go to the bar with me, I agree with that one.
So another thing I got, someone who was at the swap meet, he was there. He brought this sweet fucking truck. There's photos of me on the truck that you saw in the little intro of me on it because I just it. You just had to be in person because it looks like a simple Wasteland car, but like there's so much detail that you just did not see when right there when you had a good look at it. And he gave me one of his dog tags. Gunner Snipes Tribe 666. We started the war, established 2014, the year before I came to Wasteland.
Yeah, if you see the picture in the slideshow of Danny standing on the truck tailgate,
It was fun. I had a lot of fun. I loved that. I was like, awesome.
yeah, Commodore,
Commodore was
Commodore
like
standing on the
working
tailgate, that's the truck, that's the Gutter Snapes.
Mimsy goes, doesn't it, everybody? Or the cougar.
Right.
And then I got a bunch of gifts from Commander Bacon from the Goat Heads.
Yes.
One of my favorite things he gave me is this fucking shell, a gun shell of a bottle that got turned to a bottle opener keychain.
It's like a 50 cal or something.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
And yeah, so it's got the year 2021, and it's got the Go Head logo. I'm not sure if you see it, but yeah, it's a bottle opener. Like, you got a little cut right there, and you just pop that fucker up, and
Yeah, I have a similar one somewhere in my Wasteland gear. Not from the Goat Heads, but there's other vendors who make those, and I was able to get one a couple years ago.
Bacon says that it's a .50 caliber.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's
Yeah.
a 50 cal.
Yeah.
Shane would recognize it.
And then he also gave me like some stickers, a patch, a pin. The pin's is on my Ghoul Crest jacket. I'm putting the patch on this Wasteland vest to add to my Wasteland vest patch collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave me like a lot of cool shit I just fucking loved. And then
There was a lot of gift giving. It's like, hey, we haven't seen you in a while. Like, take this, which,
yeah,
as someone who is not experienced to this, was amazing.
oh yeah. And then I'm gonna show off something that you made, Figment, that I really like.
Right.
So Figment is trying to learn and trying to do stuff for barter and gift giving. something for Wasteland. And what Figment made was something that's really special, and special to me. They use, so, we all know I drink beer. It's no secret.
You do?
You do?
Yeah, I know. I'm shocked too.
What is
That's
beer
shock top.
speak of?
And you're spilling it.
All over.
That's alcohol abuse.
I've got to turn the boot so the bubble hit my face.
Oh,
It does that if I don't turn the boot. It's real. The bubble is real.
yeah. The bubble is real.
Just the movie didn't lie.
Yeah, Beer Fest was telling the truth.
Yes.
So this one will be collecting all. Did I splash on you?
No,
Okay. We'll be collecting all my beer bottle caps.
there's a lot.
There's a lot, and they started making little buttons of it. So they got little pin backs, and what they did, Figment went to like a craft store or somewhere and got these little Coca-Cola bottles, which is supposed to be like like Nuka-Cola. And to touch up a little more, like they put like resin all inside the bottle cap, but what's also inside the resin is the dirt that we collected when we visited the Mojave
Nearby site.
Wasteland when we were nearby Wasteland site, because we didn't get permission to go on property. We're not gonna be stupid and just be on private property without permission. But we collected dirt because we still consider that Wasteland dirt because it's from the same desert and the same land.
Just a little, not the actual property, but
Yeah. So they sprinkled the dirt into the resin, and then here I'm gonna show you now. And we got this cool little pin.
Yeah, I have Figment made me one also. I need to put it on my coat. I
So-
forgot to
So you
put it
guys
on my
have a
vest.
little bit of wasteland wherever
Yeah.
you go.
Exactly. Something that I always said when the reason why I collected the dirt, so I can have a little bit of home wherever I go. So now you can have it through this awesome looking pen. So if you like one or try to barter, talk to Figment because they made this.
I officially have 2 left, and if I need to make more, I could.
I think a handful of
Nancy
them. You
loved
don't
it.
necessarily have to make it. You don't necessarily have to make 100.
No.
But if you want to make like 20 or 10 or something, and have them for barter for people, so you can get some cool.
And then you
swag.
can just keep making more for the next year as you go. That's a good portion of the show and tell. And then the next part of the show and tell is something that
could be fun.
one of you fellow viewers mailed us something.
Oh yeah.
It was
I haven't had a chance to show them.
yes, it was Mad Ratter, right?
Yes. I
Yes.
believe so.
Yes, this was so a while back he was mentioning how they're tearing apart the D's, which is the boat from Waterworld that they have at Wasteland Weekend. Because 19 was its last year and it can't hold up to another year, so they tore it apart.
Take a drink to the D's stage.
To the D's.
To the
To all the
D's.
memories of the D's.
So, and then he mentioned he was getting some autographs of Dennis Hopper, who played the Deacon from the said movie. And like, I like Dennis Hopper, especially in those type of aspects where he was like the Deacon, fucking Bowser, King Koopa from the Mario Brothers movie. Fucking, he was in the second Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And he was in Land of the Dead, and he was in a bunch of amazing films, whether he was like some psychotic hero or a villain. And I loved him when he was a villain, because he's like an hilarious villain. So, like, all of a sudden, we got a message from Mad Ratter. Making sure we get a message and shit. Okay. And he was like, "What's your address? I'm gonna send you something." And I realized, so he gave me the address, because why not?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we get a big ass box in the
Yeah.
fucking mail. Like it's
What
like the
the
size of this
shit is
fucking
this?
table.
Yeah.
We were so confused.
So like what the fuck? Because like we totally just forgot about the whole topic. We like it wasn't in our heads. We knew about it, but we totally did not think about it.
I have ADHD. I blame that all.
So first we get this piece in the mail. So we're like, the fuck's this?
Yeah, that was on the top of the box when
We
we
get
opened it.
we get a random square piece of metal,
And we
rusted
had
ass
no
metal.
clue.
and then the next piece just answered everything. And it's this nicely wasteland out frame of an autographed photo of Dennis Hopper as the Deacon. And I'm like, this is what he's talking. So that means this is from the D's.
Yep.
This is the piece of the Waterworld boat.
And they loved it.
We have a piece of the D's.
Yes. So I want to get a nice little frame for this and put this on the stage, on the wall.
So we'll be opening up our own branch of the D's Church. If you want to worship, I'm your Pope.
Well,
That's another story, but I am actually a Pope.
I'll be a cardinal.
I am the Pope of the House of Alice. Talk to Grin.
Yeah.
It's official. I am the Pope of the House of Alice.
okay.
Yep. And then, so and of course, we're having this nice little frame because it has a little kickstand on the back, so we can put this right there on the table. So
Makes a nice sort of centerpiece.
make sure I can angle it to where the light's not reflecting the picture, so you don't just see white. Right. There, that looks.
Yeah, the camera and the lighting puts a little bit of a glare on the frame, unfortunately, but that's all right.
It's whatever. We make do.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's basically for the most part it.
show and
My
tell
little
part.
show and tell. And make sure everything's all good. Everything looks good. All right. Also, I know that today, we're kind of going to get a whole lot of the viewers watching right now because today is also the NorCal Wastelanders camp out.
Oh.
It's a little private event for the group. We were invited, but unfortunately, we just didn't have the energy, time, or finances to make the trip. Especially after what we've been doing all June and what's to come next month.
Yeah. Being out of the vault for our last couple shows takes resources, and we're just like we gotta kind of wait for some of those resources to recover.
Yeah.
Gas and all that stuff.
Energy.
And energy, and it's weird because I was talking to someone else about this. And maybe some of you are also experiencing this, but I'm an extroverted person. But during and after the pandemic, I'm experiencing a bit of social regression in a sense where even though 2 years ago, you would find me at the center of every fucking party, every fucking event. I'm there. I don't care if I just went to something the day before. Like, I'm there and I'm ready to go. You fast forward to after the pandemic, and I'm just like, crowds kind of scare me.
Like people?
It takes energy from me to get out and do things. And so, like, doing the swap meet, and then the swap meet at Grotches, and then after that the show followed where it was the surprise family reunion show.
Yeah.
Well, that's for probably our next topic at the moment.
Yeah, and then after that I went to Rust and Fire last weekend, and so this weekend I'm just like, I'm beat socially, I'm exhausted socially. So whereas the
we just got a quick comment from Bimsy. Oh my goodness, it's exhausting. After the invasion after party for your last show, I couldn't get out of the bed the next day.
We had
so I'm experiencing that too. And so after we did all that, this weekend we had talked about hey, do we want to try to go to the NorCal campout thing? And I'm just like, honestly, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
I know I will see a lot of people I love and miss, but I just didn't have it in me.
We're tired. Well, we
I'm
almost
tired.
were too.
Yeah.
We were, because he's introverted and I'm extroverted. I absolutely understand that.
Yeah.
It's weird. I'm not used to it.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to feel as an extroverted person to all of a sudden experience social anxiety and social interaction exhaustion. Because that's something I'm familiar with, in that I've known a lot of people with social anxiety or introverted people who tell me that they're experiencing that, and I'm just like,
You don't understand.
I have no frame of reference. And now all of a sudden it hits me and I'm like, I think I kind of get it.
Because we're so used to being out and doing things, and we had the past time frame where it's well, no, we have to be indoors.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of became introverts by proxy.
Right.
And not only that, but the whole stigma of, big crowds, people getting sick, and so
Yep.
it's like, don't be in a crowd if you don't know or trust or whatever. And so even though we've been around people that we know and trust, there's still this weird anxiety left over from it. There's this anxiety, like, hangover effect.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
went from
from-
getting energy from the crowds to
Yeah, even when we went to Deaf Guild.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Death Guild.
That was an amazing night. The next morning, I was like, oh my God, I am more drained in my life than I have ever felt. And it wasn't physical exhaustion. It was literally
Mental.
psychological exhaustion. And that was something I really am not familiar with as a person. And I thought back to all the people who I know who experience ultra anxiety and issues like that, and I'm just like, man, I really didn't see how they felt, and now I'm getting a little taste of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anybody else who's feeling that, you're not alone,
No. So, let's try to talk about the last episode.
Oh,
the
God.
fucking invasion. Holy shit.
That's what I wanted to talk about, the story about Needle,
Yeah, so go ahead, talk about Needle. Like, oh my God. It's...
So yeah, for those of you who watch that episode, well, first of all, I apologize for the sound. We're gonna try to figure that out. It was distorted and garbage for a lot of it. I've been working on fixing some of that audio stuff. But anyway, we
Go
Go ahead.
We got Peter commenting. It's called being over 40.
Excuse you, not everyone's there.
I am close to 40, but I am not
Not there
over
yet.
40. I'll be 40 later this year, actually. But no, I don't think that's what it is, honestly. I mean, yeah, I could see that having an effect on how hard you party, maybe, but it wasn't even that. It was just like, it was different than just being exhausted from a really great party.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, party harder
So, back to the Needle.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, for those of you who watch that episode, of course, from our perspective, we knew that it was going to be Tooch and the other two guests,
From the Rust
Warden
Buddies.
Yeah.
and Phelan.
Yes.
We knew about them, and so from our perspective, we were like, cool, we get to talk to some people who, are experienced Wastelanders and who also do, go-go dancing and whatever else they do as entertainers, and we kind of wanted to get a chance to ask them some questions about that. We
We never got there.
we never got there. We had
Surprise.
no idea.
Surprise attack!
It did not happen.
I missed
Yes.
this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
Go back
We were
and watch.
camping.
It was on,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
on
it's
YouTube.
on-
Watch
it's on our YouTube.
Yeah. So,
If you ever do want to go back and watch any of our previous episodes, you can always find them on our YouTube.
So, yeah.
Sometimes they get taken down on Twitch. Sometimes Facebook. It's hard to find them. YouTube's always the best.
so the first thing that happened was Tooch was like looking at her stomach, going, "Oh, I'll be right back," and then fucks off real quick, and I'm like, does she not like how her stomach looked on camera? She's putting a shirt over or something like that. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
that's what I was thinking too. Because if you see like her Instagram and stuff, she does a lot of videos of her exercising and stuff. So obviously, like, maybe she just didn't like the way she looked at that moment. It's the first thing that thought of me too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she just wants to cover up her stomach. It looks weird on camera to her.
She
right?
does.
And apparently she comes back saying that, hey, I gave birth to this person, and here comes this new person who's never been to Wasteland, but is getting ready to go for their first year this year. And then we were, okay, we'll roll with this. So we started talking with them, and then as it progresses, you want to say what the next part?
Yeah. So the next part, Needle and Ogre show up, and they just come walking up to Tooch's like sliding glass door, because we're in Tooch's place. It's a full house, but there's like a side room where we were filming, and there's a sliding glass door that leads right into it.
Yeah.
That opens up to like the front patio and the front driveway. And so as people, as Needle and Ogre are walking up, like I can see them from my perspective.
Yeah.
And the Marge's like, okay, well, Needle showed up to one of Danny's DJ shows kind of random.
Yeah.
And so we're like, cool, we get to see Needle, because Needle is someone who lives here in Sacramento, and Needle does a lot of our local events, Nuke Yule and the unofficial Wastelanders Ball. And so we're like, yeah, it'd be great to see Needle and Ogre too. Like, I see them around
I
town.
haven't seen Ogre in so fucking long.
Yeah. And Ogre was part of essential workers and whatnot, and so he didn't come out to even things that Needle would show up to. Ogre wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And they pretty much more or less come as a pair, and then to see just Needle and never see Ogre was really kind of weird. And I get it, essential worker, blah blah blah, all that stuff. I understand that. It was good to finally see Ogre again.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. So yeah, of course. So we started chatting with them and whatnot, and then all of a sudden here comes fucking Uncle Foster.
Yeah.
And that blew my, because I haven't seen Uncle Foster since the last Wasteland weekend, so that was a shock. And for those who don't know who the fuck Uncle Foster is,
Learning something.
I suggest you look him up immediately, because he is a hilarious man. Like,
Yes.
he, like, the best way I can describe this find out, dude with mutton chops, big handlebar mustache, wears a fez and a kilt.
And speaks with a thick Scottish accent.
A very thick
Yeah.
Scottish accent. And he will read, he has a story time reading section, usually at his tribe, the Northern Nomads.
Yes.
And he will read like romance novels, smut, and a bunch of other fucking dirty novels.
But he also reads like stuff that isn't meant to be dirty,
Yeah.
but
He makes it dirty.
out of context is dirty.
Yeah.
Like one that several people have told me about, and he mentioned too when he was on the show, is he likes to read the Boy Scout handbook section on canoeing
Yeah.
because there's lots of talk of using paddles properly.
Yes.
Oh my.
And obviously, taken out of context, paddling.
Was like the boy in the little canoe or something, the big canoe?
That was like a children's book that he was reading.
Yeah, that's one of the,
Yeah, there's like a children's book he'll read that's like the boy in the big canoe or something like
yeah,
that.
and he told that story to Captain Stranded and earned himself a ghoul crest tie with that.
Yeah.
Story time.
And the way he does his tie, he doesn't tie his tie like normal. He fucking puts it in a fucking bow tie and has the tail hang down, so you can still see the logo.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Like, because like he usually does bow ties.
Well, the 11th Doctor does do bow ties.
Okay, we got a comment from a Shawnee Nelson.
Those are cool.
I tried describing story time to my son, Wasteland, for my non-Wasteland friends. They think I am making it up. They will never know, and I don't know if they ever deserve to.
Yes.
Fucking epic.
Technically.
That was the thing for me too. Like I've sat and like a lot of you, I've sat and watched and just been in the audience with Uncle Foster. I don't think I'd ever officially like met and talked to him, even though he's a Ghoulcrest member. It gets so busy in there, and so I don't always meet all of the members, of course. And so even though he's a Ghoulcrest member, and even though I've sat in his audience, I don't think I've ever actually officially like met him and talked to him.
Amazing
He's
person.
Amazing.
He's a good guy. I mad respect for that dude. Like I met him through the Wasteland meetup events up here when Northern Nomads were hosting it,
Okay.
and that's how I met him. And he would do his story times there too. That's when I saw my first reading of Uncle Foster.
Yeah, I mean, I saw my first reading from him. It was probably 2014 or something, maybe even 2013. And it was one of those things where I'm heading into the event and I stumble upon him doing his reading.
Yeah.
And I sat and listened. And then I've continued to go back, but, like I said, I never had an opportunity to really sit and talk with him. And so that was a really cool thing to actually be able to officially meet him and have him come to our show.
Yeah.
After being an audience in his show.
So many amazing people.
Yeah. So after we were talking with Uncle Foster at the show, I'm all being paranoid. Like, someone else coming.
We're looking at the door like,
Coming
is there
over.
anyone else?
And I didn't even mention too, I'm like, is someone else coming over? We can get like fucking like day before or some shit. And like it wasn't day before yet. But what we got next was fucking Spanky, another Northern Nomad tribe member. Yeah, Spanky. This guy. Hold on.
Yep.
Luckily, this one's velcroed on, so I can just flex.
Don't ruin the magic.
We're not fucking Disneyland.
Shush.
This is not the happiest place on earth.
No, this is the drunkest place on earth.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is accurate. I will agree to that.
I'll drink to that.
So yeah, Spanky showed up, and then of course we started chatting with him, and like we were like, this is so. Our whole idea of what the show was going to be about just got threw out the window at this point. Because now I'm wondering, is there even going to be more motherfuckers?
Because it,
Right.
it dissolved into a routine of someone new would show up, we'd sit and chat with them for a little bit, we'd get time with them,
Yeah.
and then it would be the lull, and then, oh look, someone new popping up, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So because Needle pretty much told me like they planned this.
Well, yeah, I was gonna get to that later, but yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
go ahead.
We found out later from Needle that it was planned to be in increments
Yeah.
of like
People
10
signed
minutes or
up in
something.
time frames.
And people signed up in time frames, and people sat in their cars
Down the street.
down the street while still watching the show on their phones.
Manzi.
Bimsy being one of them, and commented like regular, like
They're just chill watching the show as like normal.
Yeah.
and they're just waiting for their cue, for their time slot to come and
Yeah.
ambush the show.
And what's even more blew my mind, apparently they were fucking planning this since fucking middle of May. So like we were focusing on trying to make the trip down to SoCal to Drach's swap meet. They were already planning this fucking get together on our show when we were gonna go over to Tooch's.
Yeah.
And like Needle showed me the whole fucking chat group, like how they were organizing everything, and like apparently there were supposed to be some other people joining too, but apparently shit happens. But
Comments.
You got some.
Mimsy.
Mimsy, ha ha ha! I have zero regrets for being a lying ass hoe.
We still love you.
We loved it. We loved it.
It was
We
amazing.
wanted to just explain how elaborate you guys were.
Good
You
luck.
know? No shame, just elaborate.
This never fucking happens on our show, so this is a big shock to us, and like we're fucking loving every second of it.
Oh, God.
How many people ended up showing up?
Oh, look, we're not even halfway done.
Yeah, we'll go through the whole list for people who didn't see that
so
episode.
after we finish Spanky, we get fucking Moth Eater.
My boy.
Yeah. Like that was that was like a curveball to me because like last time I checked, that motherfucker's in SoCal. But I had an idea he might have showed up.
We'd seen some pictures of him visiting some people in the NorCal area, in
Yeah.
the Bay Area specifically, because that's where he lived for
Yeah.
a time. And so he had gone up there for some family stuff, and then visited a bunch of other Wastelanders and other friends. And so we saw these pictures, and we're like, "Oh, cool, Moffat in the area." And to myself, I was like, "It'd be great if he stopped by in Sacramento to say hi."
Yeah.
But I know he's busy, and so I'm not going to bug him.
Yeah.
Nice.
So like yeah, I knew he was in the area, and I'm like maybe he'll show up or something, but I figured not because he's just got a lot of shit to do, and he's got other priorities than see two knuckleheads like us.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but then sure enough, here he comes, fucking asshole hat and all.
He did. He was rocking his asshole hat. I love it.
Yeah.
And then not only that, he comes and he just smelled so fucking good. I don't know what cologne or diaper wipe he fucking had, but I was just like,
He sat between us. Yeah.
I didn't want to get a little creepy, but like he was just, it was refreshing. Because like it was a new smell, and I'm like, ooh, I like smelling things. I'm weird. Sorry.
I mean, no, I agree. I use beard balm that is scented.
Same.
I smoke cigars. I mean, I like the smells of things for sure. But I mean, everybody has their smells that they really love and their smells that they don't.
Yeah.
Whatever scent he was wearing, it was like, damn, dude,
Fucking sure.
well done. Good smell.
I want it.
I'm about to.
And his line was the best because he was like, just because it's the apocalypse doesn't mean you gotta smell like
the
one. And I'm like, damn it, you're not that good.
It was clean. And like another amazing thing, motherfucker. Oh, rewind a bit. Back to Spanky, something I left out.
Okay.
Because when he was watching our show, he mentioned he made a brew
Yes.
of alcohol called Blood of My Enemy.
Oh, you're right. You're
And
right.
me and him were curious of this fucking drink. So when he showed up, he brought Blood of My Enemies, and it was fucking good.
Yeah, it was
Curious
really
about
good. It was like a
You being curious about a drink, who would have known?
right. But yeah, we got to try the Blood of My Enemies. It was a genuinely good cocktail, and apparently it's a strong cocktail. He was saying that they used like 151 in it,
Oh yeah,
Oh, nice.
it was fucking dangerous, but
and something that gave it kind of a cranberry, like raspberry type taste too.
yeah.
So it was
Like-
we were. I explained on that episode that that's the type of drink that me and my friends always refer to as trouble.
Yes.
Because you drink a bunch of it because it's sweet tasting. There's no alcohol taste, but it's got a strong alcohol, and before you know it, you are fucking drunk.
Yeah.
It's called trouble.
Yep. So, Spanky brought that. Moth Eater brought those fucking East Bay cheap beers that are
Those Yulings.
Yulings. He brought
Yeah.
Yulings, which is basically like East Coast Paps, but better.
Slightly better than Pabst.
Yeah.
No,
So
no,
That's still not good, but slightly better than Pabst.
Personally, for someone who had rockabilly roommates, and all the beer that was in the fucking fridge is Pabst, Yuling is a fucking delicacy to me. So I enjoy every fucking drink of that fucking can.
But yeah, apparently if you've never had Yuling, which I've never had
I
it other
am
than
permanently bored out of Pabst. I'm sorry.
But you still drink it.
Emergency.
You've clearly never had Rolling Rocks.
Oh, I love Rolling Rock.
Rolling Rocks.
I watch
Like
Angry
Natty
Video
Ice.
Game Nerd. I love Rolling Rock.
Natty Ice.
Natty Ice, yeah, Natty Ice is that's a day before area.
Oh, have you tried Natty
Natty
Daddy?
Ice is one of the.
No, I haven't.
Natty Daddy is like the evil stepdaddy of Natty Ice. It is so horrible.
Ah,
It is
interesting.
horrible.
Don't know Natty Daddy.
Don't do it.
So
We made the mistake for you.
Quentin says, can't wait to get into a lot of trouble. Pretty much at Wasteland, I guess there's gonna be a lot about trouble at Wasteland.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Drink wise.
Yeah,
And then we got Art going, and the hangover from sweet drinks is something else.
Yes. Although he.
What's a hangover?
Something you get when you're not drunk.
That's what's Spanky was telling us is that he's drank a ton of his
Fucking words.
Blood of My Enemies, and he's never once gotten a hangover from it.
Yeah.
So-
So I get comments about the hangover-free drink.
So something about his
Never had
recipe
hangover.
on him
You know how
personally
much I drink.
has
Yeah.
never resulted in a hangover
Count
from
your
that
blessings.
particular drink.
Never.
I mean, I don't get hangovers often, but when I do, yeah, they're not fun.
I've had.
But regardless, I mean, it never stopped me from drinking.
Art says PBR is the drunk before payday.
Yes.
Yes, that is accurate.
Yes.
So, okay,
And
that was
Yuling
good.
is kind of like that.
That's
Yuling
great.
is a cheap, like $2 special from the East Coast. I've only ever had it because of Moth Eater and people bringing it to barter with him. So I don't really have any other exposure to it. So when he brought it, I was like, "Oh, you brought your beer?" And he's like, "No, not my beer, just the cheap beer that I love to bring." And I'm like, "Either way, dude, I know it through my association with you. I'd never heard of Yuling, and I've never drank it any other time than Moth Eater giving it to me. So it was good to have some Yuling, you know."
I've had one hangover in my life, and it was from a fucking mudslide. I made it a little too strong. I wake up the next morning just like, oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with the world? And my boyfriend at the time is like, are you okay? I'm like, shut the fuck up, you're being too loud. He's like, oh, did someone get their first hangover? I was like, if you don't fix this right now, I'm gonna kick you in the fucking balls.
Yes, I got my first hangover, and you're about to get your first murder.
Yeah. So he made me a good cup of coffee. It was
That would
good.
be me.
Eric Bowser Socks is over at fucking Pennsylvania. Ewing is worshipped over there.
Remind us.
Is it?
You're one of the two that we always get mixed up on. Which one is your Wasteland name? I'm gonna start a fucking list.
Yeah, we're making sure.
We have the Erics that
One of you is Mender, and
Mender,
one of you is
Mad Ratter.
Mad Ratter, and you're both named Eric.
Where'd you get it?
The names
Goodwill.
are really
And
similar.
the last names are similar, yeah.
Yeah, and they're really similar, so we keep mixing you up, and we're trying to avoid that.
Yeah.
Especially when we drink, and the words kind of blend in together more because we can't fucking read.
I mean, I can't read already. I'm dyslexic.
Okay,
I have
so it's
ADHD.
This is
So
Mender.
Balthus Socks is Mender.
Okay.
I'm gonna start a list on
Right.
my phone. Fuck this, I'm tired of. Because I get everyone mixed up and I'm sober. So that's saying something.
Yeah, and I wish that we had a better way to have everybody's
Thank you.
Wasteland names, but Facebook is kind of like on this kick, and they've been on this kick for a while now. They want names that sound like legal names. Lots of people get away with some kind of fake name. However, there are certain names that they recognize, like this is clearly a nickname. Like they wouldn't let me have Hatter. So I have my legal name on Facebook, but everybody knows me as Hatter. You know?
Yeah, like I was originally supposed to have my name as Crime Robber on Facebook, but then the whole you gotta have a real name.
But I've had other people who are like, well, I use my fake name, it's Luke Fontaine or whatever. And I'm like, that's great because it sounds like a real fucking name.
What?
You know? That sounds like something that you could have on a fucking birth certificate. You
Right?
know?
It's like saying, oh yeah, my name's Fred Fox,
Yeah.
but it's spelled differently.
Yeah, exactly. So just using just the one name Hatter, I did get away with for a while. I had the name Nathaniel Monkey Reed because one of my other nicknames is Monkey.
Yeah.
And when I took Monkey and Reed and made them one word, I was able to get away with that for a while. But not a lot of people
Try
were
some
calling me
local-
Monkey anymore, so I switched to Hatter, and that's when I got hit with, like, oh, that's not a real name. Like, well, go fuck yourself, Zuckerberg. You know, like, you don't get to tell me what I get to call myself on the internet. I've been on the internet since fucking 1993, never using my fucking real name.
Yeah.
And it's some bullshit that I gotta use my real name.
I miss Tom.
Yeah,
Seriously.
me, my first friend.
We really fucked up when we met.
We
left
took him for
MySpace.
granted.
Oh, we miss you.
We messed up, Tom. Sorry, Tom. We messed up real hard. Can you let us go back to MySpace? I'm sorry.
MySpace
Still exists.
It does.
It does.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Not owned by him
Make
anymore.
it that way.
It's now it's meant for like music artists and a bunch of other fucking. It's Twitch basically.
Let's do it. Let's make it our own.
Everyone had to look
We're gonna fucking invade MySpace.
The goths invade my space.
Well, if we want to go to Dobbs,
Defenders.
then it's all about my dead space.
Oh, God.
My fucking dead space. I had my dead space. I'm a goth kid. I'm a goth elder at this point. I was a goth kid. I had my dead space.
I had a Vampire Freaks.
Or what was the other one? It was Dead Journal. That was
Yeah.
another one. Dead
Yeah,
Journal.
Dead
was the
Journal,
goth one. I had a Dead Journal.
Hey, hold on.
Or a Vampire Freak, yeah.
Yep, Vampire Freaks was one of the first social medias I did. It was that and Gaia, because I was an anime.
Online.
Yeah, Gaia online. I used to be a huge anime nerd. So Gaia, like, it's a social media, and you can create a character and do fucking LARPing on it.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, I had a fun time.
I spent too much time. Like, sometimes I never slept.
As compared to.
Getting passed out from drinking.
Yeah, that's. Yes. So.
So back to our. Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. So
No, I was gonna.
So yeah, we had Moth Eater chat with us. So again, we already okay. Someone else is fucking showing up. We already know this ain't gonna be it.
We're watching the doorway. Just anyone else?
As I thought, my mind could not be more blown. Now, mind you, you can see my reaction the whole time, like, holy shit, what the fuck? And we got this guy going,
Oh, God.
what?
I'm trying to like keep some level head because I'm remembering we're running a live streaming show.
But
Yeah.
this is when he lost it.
Yeah.
We didn't really see anybody walk up. We saw something getting pulled up
Yeah.
the fucking hecklecopter
Holy shit.
from the Dead Crows. I was like, that's the fucking hecklecopter. What the fuck? And then he bolts out of his fucking seat, turns the fucking camera. Of course, the first thing you see is Dave fucking DeFore just fucking the hecklecopter.
Yeah. Baby.
And then he's like, the hecklecopter's here! Ah!
Just lose my fucking shit. That was when I was done.
Yeah, when he was done, that's when we officially lost the fucking show. And then, so here comes, of course, Dave DeFore, which I fucking mentioned earlier when Spanky arrived. Apparently, I just had a delayed reaction. And then we had fucking Coach and Raptor, who are big members of the fucking Dead Crows tribe. Ka-ka, motherfuckers.
Ka. So yeah, basically they had came to pick up for those who follow on social media stuff. The hecklecopter had actually been dropped off at Dave DeFore's house for his birthday months ago. And from what I understand, from what I understand, it had basically been sitting in his side yard this whole time. And we had tried to see if we could get a chance to go there and do the show with Dave and the hecklecopter and everything. But Dave was kind of in the same boat where we were mentioning, like Ogre, where Dave was like, I'm an essential worker. I can't take any chances, so I'm sorry you guys can't come down and do the show here. And we're like, okay, fine, like we get it. We're not going to push the issue too much, but we want to go. We want to see the hecklecopter.
I want to see Dave DeFore. I want to see that too. I never personally got to go to Dave DeFore's house yet, and I always been curious about the Choice Cave.
Yeah, it's a detached garage. It's pretty cool. I've been there a couple times. But
I grew up drinking cheap beer, so I can drink to Dave DeFore's level.
Well, cheap beer, I mean, it's like drinking water. I mean, you can it keeps you hydrated.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm gonna get that. So we got Mimsy going. LOL. This is all happening while I'm on the Highway 80 driving out there. I was laughing so hard in my truck, I almost had to pull over.
Yeah. To see that.
Yeah. So we started talking to Dave DeFore. We met, of course, mentioned the porno because this is the opportunity we've been wanting to talk to him in person about.
Had we known he was going to be there, we would have brought it to get it signed.
Yeah, if I knew he was going to be there, I would have brought the fucking physical DVD copy of the Wasteland porno and had him sign it because, of course, he's fucking in it. He has dialogue.
Yep.
15 seconds, but he's in there.
Hey, he says choice.
Yeah,
That's all
he
that matters.
says his catchphrase. And then we get Coach and Raptor sitting next to us, and he just throws bottle caps in the air, like, bottle caps are like he's fucking Prince Ali or some shit.
Just make it rain! Make it hail, because they're bottle caps. Make it hail.
So we started chatting with him, and now here comes Mimsy, who I believe is our first guest on Wasteland Talk.
Yeah, she was. She was our very first
So
guest.
it became full circle
Yeah,
that night.
yeah.
Oh, we got someone from Attack. Daniel Munoz. Sorry if I butchered your last name. I am drinking.
They have more than one Danny, but one of them is the drummer. The other one is the bass guitar.
No, Tim's bass.
No, I thought Tim was lead.
No, Daniel's lead.
Oh,
Daniel, elaborate.
Clarify.
right? We're confused. Anyway, I know for sure there's your drummer. I'm pretty sure is named Danny, and then Tim's the lead singer.
And he gives us great. Well, hold on, I got a better idea. I have the fucking album right here.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not going to...
I'll make it work. There.
Congrats.
I need bigger coasters, apparently.
Growler-sized coasters.
I could do that. I have a 3D printer.
So, yes, he is a guitar player.
Okay.
His wasteland name is Fingers.
Fingers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Buy Attack's new album, Antagonist, on their Bandcamp and or website.
cheap plug.
And buy some T-shirts and shit. I have several of their T-shirts. They're good.
Exactly. And wait, I have their patch around here somewhere.
I have their patch on like my laptop.
That's
I don't
right.
have it on my outfit though.
Left-
Not
left
this
side.
outfit. I have their
Yeah,
sticker.
right here. Patch.
Yeah, I think I have one of their patches too. I need to sew it onto something because when I bought their like
Systematic confusion.
Back in.
package.
Yes. See, I was right. So you Jade him play guitar.
Okay.
I was right, yeah.
So Tim is the bassist. I always thought he was
Yeah.
the guitar
No,
and
he-
lead singer.
No, he's definitely the lead singer. I believe they had a bassist at one point, but after they left, definitely Tim took over as the bass player.
Okay. Okay.
And cause me, I can recognize, cause I when I see their music videos or see them live, and I see Tim's guitar, it's got at least 4 or 5 strings, and that's a bass guitar.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the difference between the two. Obviously, I have not looked closely at the guitar. I've been through many bands. I know the bass guitar is different.
Yeah.
Well, I got to
But,
pull up a bit, cause yeah. So as I said, Fingers is here. Says cheap beer is good when you need to sober up, and that's very wise. And now we got Mims going, whoa, I didn't realize it. That is pretty awesome that we've made a full circle.
Yeah.
Almost a year to the day, am I not wrong? Yeah, it's
Right.
around this point in our time during the first season of Wasteland Talk where we had our first guest, which was you, Mimsy.
Yeah, I got a Facebook memory showing pictures of us with Mimsy and Faith.
Yeah.
The other day, and so yeah, it was about a year. Yeah.
It was very strange because obviously, this is my first opportunity to meet everyone that showed up. So it's oh, more people. Who are you? More
Yeah,
people.
that's right.
Who are
You actually got to meet a lot
got
of
to meet a bunch of people.
lot of known Wastelanders. too.
Yeah, and it was interesting. So you two are blowing up, and I'm oh, now I'm matching
Good.
up names and faces. Where it's I've been hearing these stories about these people, and it's oh,
Well, yeah.
hey, how you doing?
Because not only that, because not only are just fellow Wastelanders joining us on our show, uninvited. Well, at least for us, we
We knew nothing.
It was technically Tucha's house, so apparently they were technically invited to the house.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, these were not just fellow Wastelanders. These were just Wastelanders that had important meaning to us because we made a close bond with them.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the ones, like I said, one of the ones I was most excited about was Mafia.
Yes.
Because, he's one of my good friends, and for Commodore also.
Yeah, he's a wrestling man. I like him.
But we've got a bunch of stories that I've mentioned on the show that directly involve Moth Eater, and I'm just well, yeah, he's in the story because he's one of my best friends,
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see him.
It was interesting, and everyone I met was so fucking nice. It's their first time meeting me too. And you'll hear me, I'm off camera, but you recognize my voice. I'm loud. But no one at any point was oh, this is everyone was nice, kind. Hey, how you doing? Oh, it's your first time coming out. Advice was given. Everyone was super kind.
Yeah, we did a couple of things where we had people give advice to first timers. They all
We
gave some really
tried.
great.
We never got to everybody.
We never got through the full list, but the people who did get to speak gave some good advice.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, the audio is all over the place on that video. We'll work on
We
better
were
audio in the future,
unprepared.
but I'm not going to go back and fix that video.
No.
It's beyond my capabilities
Yeah.
to fix it. We'd have to re-record some people talking or something.
So we got Mimsy saying, I will never forget walking up that driveway past the helicopter and seeing everyone there.
Yeah, it was
That was something.
it was something else. It's one of those things, and this is hard to explain, but we spent so many of our shows just Commodore and I.
Yeah.
And we're not sure how people take the show, how people enjoy it. And and we've got some great feedback about people enjoying the show and everything, and we always appreciate that. To have everybody show up to storm our show to show their appreciation was on a whole nother level
Yeah.
It was
of
fucking
appreciation.
full invasion / NorCal family reunion type shit. And it's something that me and Hatter really, really needed and been craving for the whole pandemic.
Yeah.
And then after everybody showed up, and I think we ended up actually at some point the stream
There's a feed
stopped.
fucked up.
Yeah,
And it stopped, and then we had to
we
restart.
restarted.
Which is weird because everything's
no
been
idea.
fine, and then all of a sudden it just ended. We didn't do anything, nothing got pressed. Something it just got cut. We no warning, no nothing, and so we did our best to reboot it, and we did a final little storytelling and ended the fucking stream, and then we partied.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically
dear
turned into a
God.
party, and it was great. Like, I swear I blinked, and all of a sudden it was like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You know? The show ended like somewhere around 10 p.m., and then next thing I know, it was 2 a.m., and I was like, oh shit, we should probably pack up and head home.
Yeah.
So, Figment, Art
Yeah.
says, Figment, I have noticed Wastelanders are some of the best people.
Yeah.
And then we got Mimsy going, your faces were, it was indescribable.
Yeah.
The emotion was so real in the room. Everyone knew how special it was. Yeah, because everyone was in on it except for us two.
And
What?
us three.
Three, that's right.
Yeah, because y'all didn't even include me.
It was the greatest surprise party of my life, and I've had a surprise party before for me.
I haven't had a surprise party since I was like fucking 5.
I had a surprise party for my 21st birthday, but that's another story for another time.
Yeah.
So, that brings me to another topic. If for anyone who's watching this, if you ever feel like fucking doing that ever again, whether we're at someone else's place, here, talk to Figment, Rebecca Wick.
Yeah.
Talk with them, and they can make it happen. They can plan.
Coordinated.
They'll coordinate it.
Especially if it's here, because we have limited parking. It's a locked, gated community.
I gotta let you in.
Somebody has to let you in.
So yeah,
And I'm good at keeping secrets, and especially stuff like this with them.
yes. So you can trust Figment into planning a surprise visit on our show.
And they won't know until you literally walk in the door.
Yes. So like, and then you'll know that now. So if you ever want to do that again, you talk to Figment. The one who's been responding in the group chat, the chat here, at least on Facebook, it says Rebecca Wick. That's the person you want to talk to.
I'm about to.
Yeah.
So
That's me.
that was one hell of a night.
Oh,
You went on a trip.
yes.
Yes, so our little slideshow there, you saw a bunch of pictures from the Rust and Fire event. That was over in Red Bluff, which is about a 2-hour drive from where we are. And I actually got a chance to be a host / driver for 2 new people who had never been to Wasteland. Skidmark and his girlfriend didn't have a Wasteland name yet. Skidmark kind of named himself, which I always tell you is perfectly acceptable. But so she was just going by Beth for the day. She'll probably eventually have one, I'm sure, but she didn't have one as far as I knew. So Beth and Skidmark, they joined me. You do see them in the slideshow. But anyway, I went to Rust and Fire, and I got some things there. Now, what was really cool about Rust and Fire is that Septic Tank, you'll see him on Facebook as Adam Norris.
Yes.
He runs the Wasteland cage fighting, like, gladiator group.
Yes.
And he goes to Rust and Fire. Now, this is only like their 2nd year doing this. And I guess usually they do it in February. This time it was in June because COVID and all that. And he had told them ahead of time that we might show up. And so I ended up going to Rust and Fire. And then from the moment I walk in, like I check in at the gate, and because you buy your ticket, and it was a $10 ticket, so really inexpensive. Fairground area, mostly vendors, but some shows and stuff going on.
And there is John Norris, not Adam.
Oh, okay, John Norris.
Thank you, Mimsy.
Thank you guys for the
Yes, Adam Norris is Beetle.
Okay, good point.
Name confusion. That's why we.
Yeah, they have the same last name, so I got them confused.
Good.
John Norris, thank you.
It happens.
So, Septic Tank, John Norris. So he had told them ahead of time that, like, the guys who run the Wasteland Talk podcast might show up. And so I get there, and I'm basically, I tell, they ask me my Wasteland name, and I'm like, hi, I'm Hatter. And they're like, oh, you're the guy from the podcast. The guys at the gate immediately. Like, they didn't recognize
Celebrity over here.
Yeah, like, I got treated like a celebrity, like, all fucking day. It was really interesting, because I kept running into people who were like, oh, yeah, I've seen a couple of your episodes. people would walk by and be like, I know you. And I'd be like, I'm Hatter. Oh, you run Wasteland Talk. Oh, I've watched a couple of your episodes. Yeah. So anyway, so like the whole day was like that. So I got this cool little, I gotta hold it to the camera.
These one.
Can't even fucking tag the fucker because I have him on my friends list, but I can't. He's not taggable.
So it's their little like radiation ARF.
Can someone tag John Norris?
And so this is, I mean, they would stamp this on you, but they also gave you a little plaque to keep.
Nice.
So like, you know, you could walk in and out of the park and go to your car and get water or whatever.
VIP Hatter, says Santos.
Yup.
Yeah, no, it legit. I got treated. They told me specifically, like the guy who was running it was like, "You're staying for the feast, right?" I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." He goes, "Oh, well, you're media, you're VIP. We're gonna get you a wristband that allows you to stay. We're cooking this giant feast later tonight with like tri-tip and chicken and like watermelon and salad and
And I had a fucking work.
like pasta and just like endless amounts of fucking food. And we want you to stay for it." And so at the time I was told, "Oh, you're staying for the feast." And I'm like, "Cool, I'll stay for the feast." I didn't know how big the fucking feast was. Oh my god, it was such good food. So I go to the event. It's 115. It is killer hot all fucking day.
So,
He got
Yes.
tagged.
okay, got time.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, John Richard Norris.
Yes, that's it.
Thank
That's
you.
it. That's September.
Thank you, Mimsy.
So, while there, I got to meet a bunch of people who have seen the show, people who were part of like the D's, people who
We got
part
part
of
of the
various
group.
other groups. Yeah, I told them that. There was a costume contest. You guys saw that in the slideshow. There was a lot of vendors. There was a cage there, but because of the heat, they only ended up doing like one cage match. And unfortunately, I didn't get any film of
They had a
that.
cage match there.
They did, yeah, because that's what Septic Tank does.
Oh, I know that. I didn't know they were actually going to bring the fucking.
They were gonna try to do like 3, but they ended up only doing 1 because it was so goddamn hot.
Yeah.
And so they did 1, and we're like, "Fuck this, we're not doing any more today."
I should have called in to work.
So, anyway, I do have an interview from Septic Tank that I'll play in a minute that I do want to show you guys. But also, I wanted to show you guys this. I picked up this really cool weapon. And a little bit of explanation on this. If you don't know what this is what's called an engineering scale. Okay? So what it is like, if you're an engineer or a draftsman and you need to draw something it's a full house, but you're drawing it to fit on a piece of paper, and every inch on the paper is actually, a foot in real life, or 3 feet in real life, 5 feet in real life. These scales have all those measurements already marked out, and so when you're trying to measure 36 feet, it has 36 feet at 3 inches, and different sides mean different scales, blah blah blah. Anyway, I own a bunch of these because, if you guys know, I do a bunch of 3D modeling and CAD work, and I've been doing that as a career for a long time, but mine are all plastic. This one is metal, and Killjoy actually made this into a sharpened dagger. And when I saw it, I was like, I need that. That needs to be mine. And so he gave it to me at a discount, in exchange for plugging him on the show.
So do it.
That's what I'm doing. So Killjoy Customs, you guys saw in the slideshow, it was one of the slides. He made this scale dagger thing. I actually bought this for myself. Hatter as a character is not an engineer, but I'm an engineer in real life, and I really wanted this as a really cool weapon. So I'm really excited about this. I fucking love it. It's now one of my favorite things. And Killjoy Custom Weapons and Accessories made this. And he was at Rust and Fire. He will be at Wasteland. He will have a booth. So check out his stuff if you want some really unique weapons.
It's safe to say he'll be in Bartertown?
Yes, he should be in Bartertown.
Okay, good. Yeah, because, oh my god, lately in the Wasteland community, we have people announcing who's going to be there, who's not going to be there. So it's going to be a really interesting year because we're going to see some people we all know and love not attending, but also we're gonna see all these people who we heard of or don't even knew have their moment to shine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hashtag DJ's Main Stage 2021.
Yes.
Hashtag DJ
DJ Carter Robber for
Main
Main
Stage
Stage
2021.
Yes, hashtag that, because like
I will
I
do that.
built an application to try to be a DJ for the main stage, or at least an area that's an official Wasteland Weekend site, like the pit or the pit or something. So hopefully they'll hire me.
Yeah.
You got this.
I don't know. We'll see.
Either way, I mean, Carney Robber is looking for places to DJ at Wasteland. So
Yeah.
if you run a place,
You want some entertainment and you have stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, my main place, the Forlorn Hope Saloon, is not gonna. They're gonna be there. The saloon's not gonna be there. So I got nowhere to DJ. I have nowhere really else.
That needs to be fixed.
yeah.
It
I
needs to be rectified.
Yes.
I can check a couple places in the den to see if they're having a stage area. I was in talk with Dead Crows, but from the sounds like what they wanted me to do is something that's not really what I do. So if you want, okay, I'll say this: if you want someone who can DJ goth, industrial, EBM, hard rock, metal music, for people to dance and have a good time, talk to me. If you have the sound equipment, or if you, or we can meet in the middle to try to work something out. Because I have equipment pieces, I have cords, I can get cords, I can get necessary needs. The only thing I just can't really bring are speakers, because I don't have the type of I don't drive. I have no vehicle that can carry all that.
We have a set of speakers. They are not super loud. They
No.
are really like home entertainment.
Yeah, they're not club
Yeah.
party big event speakers.
Good call.
There's something for a room, a little like a house room.
Yeah, they're great. They're decent surround sound speakers, and we use them for the DJ Carney Robber show. But you guys hear everything through the preamp system, so the speakers are really for us internally to know what music is playing and the cues and all that, you know. But they are not big enough to make a large sound to fill an area.
Kimrick, I think I need you to elaborate this a little bit better, because you're replying to one of your own comments saying, swing by after 12. On your thing saying that about your Kinderpanzer in Vallejo.
Oh, he was replying to me. I told him we lived in Vallejo.
Oh, okay. I just see that part. I just see him replying to his own comments.
Yes,
I just
yes.
see your part.
Sorry, I said that Mike and I lived in Vallejo.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay.
We got clarification.
I got clarified. We're
Okay.
good.
So now that
We
we've
probably
talked
won't be
about
awake until 12.
now that I talked about Rest and Fire, though, but I do want to play an interview that I did with Septic Tank. Now, let me set this up by saying that Rest and Fire, because it was so hot, my phone was actually malfunctioning to the point of where it shut itself off several times because it was overheated. This interview abruptly
Was it
stops because the phone did that.
All right, camera goes. Don't book the imposter DJ Carnet Rubber.
Well, you never mind.
That's it. That's gonna
So-
be my new DJ name.
You do rub a lot of meat
You're
there.
the imposter?
Imposter Carne Rubber. That's gonna be my new DJ name.
Wow.
Rubbing a lot of meat. You know, I can make a lot of comments there.
So I'm going to go ahead and play
You
this
mean I rip
interview
all the
with
meats all the time?
Septic Tank
Alright, so
for you all to...
since last time we had a bit of a audio issue because you can hear us during the video.
We'll be quiet.
So we're gonna try to be quiet for now.
Okay, well, I'm gonna bring up
Listen
the
to the audios.
YouTube too, so we can know when the video starts and ends.
I'm watching it right here on Facebook.
Okay, that works too. Sure.
I got standby right.
So what?
Good.
Oh, Can they hear it? Alright, is there any volume? Can I screw it? Cool. Because it's not showing the desktop audio going. So.
Yeah, so now matter of a new video that you don't promote and spend the Red love
Yeah, it's been a bombing at like 115. Of course, I'm holding the camera, so you're just gonna get just the video here. But you'll be my voice, and we'll be doing this for next Saturday when we do our Wasteland Talk show. So yeah, it's been 115 today. It's event's, you know, it's a good size event if you want to get introduced to Wasteland. You've never been. Love going. You just want to see some friends before the event. You guys usually use it what time of year?
this. Oh, we do this in
Okay.
Oh,
Of course.
they kind of cute snaps, like running all the shop or all the time stuff.
Yeah, end of June. Last weekend of June. Yeah.
So, that,
Of course. It really brings home that fire part of the Wrestling Fire Day.
Okay, so apparently the audio is really bad on that. I don't know. I thought I had it all set up properly. Anyway, go watch that on our YouTube. I don't know why the audio is not coming through in OBS. Doing stuff like this, adding in video, is something I'm new to. So I probably did something wrong in OBS. And I don't know exactly how to fix it, and I don't want to try to fix it while we're streaming. So go watch our video, and I'll try to bring that audio and that video into our next show, and we'll just redo that playing.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, this is something new that he's trying, so it's a basically learn as you go kind of shit. So
Yeah.
we're still figuring this out, and hopefully we can do this better for you guys.
Mimsy's comment. Figment's little voice. He does rub a lot of meat.
Always.
So yeah, if you want to watch that interview, it is on our YouTube. You can find it on the Wasteland Talk YouTube channel. Otherwise, like I said, I'll try to figure out how to make it better, and I'll bring it into the next show. But for now, we'll just kind of carry forward, and I'll play that interview another time. But it was basically about what the cage fighters do, how they got started, that type of thing. But it does kind of cut off because my phone literally shut down. The audio is fine on the raw video itself on YouTube, but I don't know why it's not being fed into OBS properly. I'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
It was hot out there. Y'all were melting.
Yeah, that too, for sure. And so, like I said, it cut off. I had planned to wrap up the interview the way you should, but it just stopped, you know?
So what else did you end up doing out there?
Yeah. What'd you do?
So they had the feast. I stuck around for that. Sat and talked with some various Wastelanders or people who had never been yet. You know, it was a fun event. There was a lot of vendors. There was a lot of cool stuff. I wish I had money to buy more things. I got to see Buttons and Pockets, who are part of Hobo Junction, and I got to see, of course, like I said, the two new Wastelanders and a couple other people like Killjoy. So yeah, all in all, it was a really great event. It reminded me a lot of like the Winter Games event, where it's smaller. They allow kids. So if you have kids and you want to bring them out to something that gives them kind of a Wasteland experience, it's definitely a good event for that, to kind of introduce them. And it's a good event where you could bring out your tent and you could bring out your themed camp and take pictures and get ready for Wasteland. Test your gear, make sure that your tent survived the W, make sure that your cot is going to be a good size to fit in your tent, all that type of stuff that maybe, like, if you're like myself in Commodore and you live in an apartment and you can't just set up the tent in your backyard to check it out and make sure everything works, this might be a really good event, especially when they have it in February, because in June, yeah, it was god-awful hot. And by the end of the day, I was like, I want to get, even at like 9 o'clock at night, it had cooled down to 105 from 115.
No.
And I was just like, you know what? Because they were offering to me, they were like, hey, you know, if you guys want to stay, they were saying to me, and go ahead.
So Mimsy is suggesting maybe we can all go camp out next year.
Yes.
Because it'll be
We're down.
back to food.
Yeah,
We're down.
Yeah, we'll be back to February, which would be really great.
Oh, what the fuck? Fucking Jay. He says the stupidest fucking things.
Oh, I don't even know.
So Commodore is starring as Carne Rubber in the next Wasteland porn. I mean, if they want to hire me, we'll talk about my fee. Figment watches.
Fuck yeah.
That's
and
one-
you provide snacks.
Provide snacks. That's part of the contract.
Yay.
And of course, we got Art going, that would be good.
So yeah, like I said, it's a good event. It's small, but it's got a lot of potential to grow.
I definitely want to check
It
this
sounds
out
like
because, like I
fun.
said, I was at work, so I couldn't go.
Yeah.
But I wish I did because, of course, he's getting celebrity treatment over here, and I'm like,
It's very cool.
where's his other half?
Yeah, no, a bunch of people did ask me like, "Where's Commodore?" And I was like, "Oh, he's at work."
Oh, so they did ask me. Okay, cool.
No, you were. Yeah, people asked about you for sure. People
Okay.
expected you to be with me.
Okay, cool. Because this whole time I thought like, oh, I don't matter.
No, you were definitely missed. And I just kept telling people, well, yeah, he had to work today.
it's Hatter and the other guy.
Want to make a theme song now. Hatter and the other guy.
Fuck off.
No, we're just inflating his ego.
Oh, I know. All right.
You don't need to inflate Hatter's ego. I've got plenty of ego to spare.
Good point.
Okay, so Art's like not about Jay's post about camping. Okay.
Yeah, camping would be fun.
And then of course Mims is like a worthy clarification.
Yeah.
So it was, like I said, it was a good event. It's small. It's got a lot of potential. It reminded me a lot of winter games in that they allow kids, in that it's kind of in a fairgrounds, in that it's more grass, of course, than like desert. In that, they have a certain time that, okay, it's closed to patrons. Now everybody gets the party. And then it kind of turns into a party. And they were even with the feast. Now, I had the feast. I had some tri-tip and other stuff. It was good food. And then as I was sitting there eating, they announced, like, hey, now we're serving mead to everybody.
God fucking damn it!
And so I had one glass of mead because I had to drive home. But they offered, they're like, you can stay the night. You can, we've got some extra tents and shit. Like,
I thought that's
you can
what
make
you
it
were gonna
work.
do. I thought you were gonna be there for the whole fucking weekend.
And so I was very much like, that sounds great, but also it's 105 still. And my air-conditioned car and my air-conditioned apartment sound great right now. And I can be home in 2 hours. So no, I'm not staying the night. But if they had the event in February, and next year when they do it in February, I would definitely like to camp the event and actually be able to stay all night and party with everybody. Because like I said, it was a lot of people who do local Renaissance fair. Not everybody there had been to Wasteland. Go ahead.
So we got Gilly commenting what you're saying, sounds like a fun time. Wish I could have gone. Yeah, me too.
That barbecue sounds fucking
Which
delicious.
reminds me, go to Gilly if you want to drop your Etsy page where you can buy amazing fucking cool patches, including the official Wasteland Talk patch. You can buy off him. All money goes towards him. The way it supports us is you fucking wear it.
Yes, I finally put mine on my vest.
Yeah, you.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Ah,
really? Do you have the fucking buzz off one? Because I still need that.
He does still have it, yeah.
Because I'm the victim of this whole fucking story.
yes. Oh,
Wait, I need to point that way. Hey, wait.
we need to get one for John.
That way. Yes, I need two because John, he was with me at the time.
Yeah.
Wow, like on point on the fucking photo right there.
Good
Look
job.
at you, fucking Heather. God damn.
Like I said, if I can just figure out the audio with that particular video, you know.
Like I said,
But I'm getting better.
it was our first time doing something video recording on a live thing. So we're learning. You're learning as you go, and we can eventually get to where we would like to be.
And it was really weird because, like, the first video...
There you go. Gilly dropped the
slideshow-
link.
The first video that was the slideshow, that was a... like a VLC video from that program. But this particular video with Septic Tank, I filmed it in landscape mode as opposed to portrait mode on my phone, and for some reason VLC wants to turn it sideways, and so I tried loading it through the browser, through YouTube, and that's where the audio is getting screwed up. So I'm going to have to figure that out. So the audio for the slideshow was great, but the audio for the YouTube was not so great. So we have to experiment with some different ways there, for sure.
Some trial and errors.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe I'll have to figure out a way to force VLC to keep the correct rotation and all that. Because when I watched it, it was fine, but then when I fed it in OBS, it rotated it.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I was running out of time to get ready for the show. So
Like, no,
anyway,
don't.
for next week, we'll try to get that video working properly, and we'll show it again. But so check out Rust and Fire. Like I said, their next event should be February of 2022. And it should be a great place if you are in the NorCal area. Bring all your gear, bring all your theme, set up your entire camp, and take pictures and get ready for Wasteland. And then that adds to the aesthetic of the entire event because it is still kind of small, but it has a lot of space to grow. And they're definitely looking for more fully themed stuff. It was mostly vendors who were mostly Renaissance Fair people who tried to tailor their particular shop to what might appeal to Mad Max people, but a lot of them had never been to Wasteland. And so we need to pack that event with Wastelanders and convert some of those people to come out and see our part of the world. Because a lot of us do. I myself come out of a Ren Fair background, so I'm familiar with small Ren Fairs like that, and I love the fact that they were trying to meet us where we are, and we can help them get even further there, and we can have our own, mid-year, early event to party and just get ready for Wasteland, and it'd be great, because I always loved Winter Games for that. Winter Games I went to several years because it was that kind of same thing. It was in May,
Smells like
March,
hippie in
April.
here.
No, it was always in March. Winter Games is often in March. And I could go to that and party and hang out with everybody and get ready and kind of reconnect with some of my friends and stuff. I would love Rust and Fire to turn into something like Winter Games. So let's try to make it bigger for February.
Yeah, like I'm gonna do my best to try to attend more Wasteland events. That's not just Wasteland weekend. I want to go check out this Fire and Rust.
Yeah.
Fire and Rust.
Yeah.
The NorCal Wastelanders camp out. Winter Games. Fucking Uranium Springs maybe. Like hell, I've even tried Wastelanders Ball. Despite it being at the fucking what's the name of that fucking venue?
The Globe Theater.
Yeah, the one that fucking people hates because it's a fucking nightmare.
It's just the way the theater is designed.
It's
Wasteland Ball did a great job. I love the Wastelanders Ball in concept, but the way that theater was laid out just didn't work for me.
And when I finally heard it was at the venue the first year, and people fucking loved that venue.
Yeah. And I didn't go that year, to be honest, so I don't know. But
And I never went because I'm kind of a person who, when they hear the word ball, you need a date. So
I didn't go for date.
Yeah.
I was going through
But
separation/divorce at the time.
Yeah, and see, let's say that's you. I'm talking about me. That's how I usually work when I try to attend to a type of ball or formal dance type thing. I'd like to try to have a date. And me, I'm a loser, so I don't have a date.
You could have asked me.
Well, now we could figure out one for you.
So when I went, I actually met up with several people from Ghoulcrest who had came down to the ball, and so I met up with Moth Eater and Corporal and Captain and Major, and I think Emissary also stayed with us, and I think also Fable and Styx. I think all those people were
Yes.
in our
Captain was telling me about it.
yeah. So Moth Eater had arranged for us all to get like a suite hotel that had like bunk beds that could sleep like 8 people, and I think we ended up having 7 people because I think it was either Captain or Major's girlfriend at the time was supposed to join and then ended up canceling, and so we ended up with like one free spot. But we ended up with 7 people in like an 8-person hotel room with bunk beds. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, I had a blast hanging out with all of them. I had a blast as far as the concept. It's just the way the building was laid out, the small corridors, the having to smoke in this tiny little alleyway, getting rained on, the multiple stories to do anything and having to climb all the stairs when I'm drinking. And there was just a bunch of stuff about the venue that didn't work. But the people there and what Wasteland tried to do was a lot of fun.
So we got Art commenting towards me. Commodore, even though that's misspelled.
Who?
That isn't true. You have a date. Yeah, I have a date now, but back then, no.
And then, Mimsies, you could probably get Allison on Wasteland Talk to help promote next year. The same promotion company does smaller run fairs in that area too.
Allison?
Mm-hmm.
Allison?
I mean, I don't know that person.
Question mark?
Sure. If you know them or if you want to give us their contact info, I don't run Rust and Fire, so I'm not going to say that I'm going to take over their promotion or anything, but I'll try to help them grow for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Because, like you said, you saw potential. Because, like, I remember you came home, you said it reminded you of a lot of winter games.
Yeah, it really did. It really did remind me a lot of winter games.
Yeah.
That's why we invited you over to the fucking
We
brewery.
were at a birthday party, motherfucker.
Happy birthday, we gotta go.
Happy birthday, we got that drink.
We didn't.
No, but like seriously, you.
We'll get you.
I'm glad you had a good time at the birthday party.
If we can take,
You are here now.
We can always go after.
if we can take,
Are they closed?
Oh.
they close at, I think they close at like 8 o'clock, but maybe they're staying open later now with
Hold on, I'll look.
Yeah.
with less COVID restrictions, they might be staying open later. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, if we can take some of the true Wasteland experience, the things like the casino, things like, you know, they had the cage matches there, but it was too hot. So like, if we can get that in February, if we can get some kind of casino, if we can get some kind of you know, burlesque dancers. They had some belly dancers there, which was kind of its Renaissance Fair influence.
What?
They close at 10.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're about to end the show at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
So technically,
We got an hour.
We can maybe go for a pint.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
we got comments.
Minty says Allison is one of the event coordinators. I'll send you the info. She's good people.
Okay.
Well, Minty, I'll take your word for it because
Yeah.
I trust you and I respect you
Yeah.
We
Exactly.
love you.
and love you.
So yeah, like I said, Rust and Fire has a lot of potential, and I want to see that event grow. And if I can help that, you know, I'm there for that. Like I said, it'd be a great place for a lot of us to meet up and test out, build your theme camp, take a bunch of pictures, submit it so you can be in the city if that's your plan.
Mm-hmm.
Or just like I said, if you want to see like, oh, my tent, I don't know if it ripped during the W last year. I want to check it out and see where the damage is, and be able to work on that and stitch that up or whatever. My cot, I want to check that out. Rust and Fire is going to be a great event for that, and I think it has a lot of room to grow.
Fuck yeah.
Ours broke. Our tent broke last.
Yeah.
Yeah, yours guys did, yeah.
Yeah, mine did too. Captain gave me a new tent. I still need to test it out to see how it shapes, so I can see where I can fit shit in and how to construct it up.
His shoulder still hurts from when he caught out. Remember?
Yeah.
He caught the you were there.
I was fucking
Yeah,
there.
he
Yeah, I
caught
caught the canopy like this.
before
that
it ran
ripped my
into the.
Oh,
other
yeah,
guy's
yeah.
truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn.
It
you
ripped
pour
his shoulder.
something.
shoulder. Yeah, I ripped my
It
shoulder
still
pretty
hurts him. Yeah.
Fucking Christ, that guy.
Dude.
Yeah, the W19 was strong.
Yeah.
I was wrecked Hobo Junction. Oh my god. It destroyed our shade and,
Our
and
shade.
several of our tents and
Yeah.
I haven't seen a W that bad since 16 of
Yeah.
the
It's our
W.
luck.
yeah.
We bring shitty luck wherever we go.
And for those who don't know, Exodus and Mew are part of Hobo Junction also. So
Yes, I.
So we got a comment from Gilly. I just got done rearranging stuff in my backyard so I could set up a test run for my camp. Glad I did.
yeah, Gilly's bringing the arcade, and I'm really excited about that too because that means that Gilly's bringing out the bar top classic arcade machine that I helped build. Myself and Commodore tested a bunch of the games, which was a lot of fun. And some of it was like, oh, I hit the punch key and he doesn't punch, or I hit the kick key and he jumps for some reason. And so some of it was going back and forth and changing settings and blah blah blah. But some of it was also, okay, it finally works. Let's kick each other's ass on Street Fighter. And so yeah, it was a lot of genuine fun, but it was also like some work getting everything to work right.
Yeah, like seriously, there was point like, why is my button not kicking? Why is it not kicking? Why am I jumping?
Yeah, there was some of that for sure. And so I built like this cardboard mock-up of the of like the old joystick button combo thing that you would have for like the old Nintendo. And so we ended up transferring a bunch of that to the it's like a stand-up arcade, but it's small enough to fit on a bar counter, so it's a bar top arcade. And it's got 500 classic games on it. Gilly's bringing that out. And then also, the other one that I assisted with is a project we called Saturday Morning Cartoons. It's an old black and white TV playing a loop of like Batman and Rugrats and He-Man and a bunch of other like 80s and 90s cartoons just in a loop. Both those projects, apparently I'm getting a tag with my my logo on the sides of them.
Nice.
Along with Gilly's logo. Go ahead.
So we got Zygo saying 16 was his first year.
Okay,
And
nice.
I'm so sorry.
Right? It was a rough year.
Yeah, like, it was a great wasteland, but that W, brah,
16?
Yeah.
16.
Oh.
It was also the last year it was on the, what's the name of the property?
H Park.
The H Park.
Yeah.
And so they actually bought property.
Yeah, in 17 they moved to where they are now. And that's property that they actually own.
Yep.
And so yeah, it's a different experience. H Park was a little further into the desert, a little further from the town. And we make the joke a lot. The H Park, because it is a national park and because a lot of people do like dirt bike and dune buggies and whatever else,
And cannabis!
the dirt in H Park is more packed down and better to put stakes in.
Yeah, the dirt is completely different down there.
Whereas the dirt on the Wasteland property is not as compact.
Very loose.
And so we always make the joke, back in my day, we had better dirt.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
screw that shit down. Screw it and screw it hard.
Seriously, like, well, for like back in our day, we need a fucking jackhammer to get that fucking nail in.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Like,
Yeah.
it was
Once it was in,
nailed to a fucking rock.
Yeah.
Like, I'll put it this way.
I've heard the horror story.
On my tent,
That's why you have an impact driver.
on my tent, the webbing that was holding the stakes ripped before the stakes came out of the ground in 2016.
Damn.
I had to
What?
repair the webbing because the stakes never left the ground.
Yeah,
No.
But the tent was torn out of the ground from the W in
Yeah,
2016.
that happened with my too. Big ass fucking hole.
Yeah, and so I had
Because
to
the nail,
repair
the stakes
my
spilled
tent
in,
that way.
but the tent fucking got shredded.
Yeah.
I remember that because I didn't go to 2016, but 2017 I took you to Hunter's Night.
Yeah.
And you were telling me that story
Yep.
the entire way there.
Yeah. That was a good night of the first event that should not be named on this show.
Yeah, my tent, like I said, the webbing at each corner that holds into the stakes is what tore. And I ended up restitching it with better webbing.
Major points that out, but because like I don't want to get yelled at corporal.
Yeah.
We love you, Corporal.
So we got some
It's
comments.
an invite-only event. If you're not invited, don't worry about it.
If you don't know,
So what happens at Hunter's Night stays at Hunter's Night.
No one believed my Wasteland first year was my first year.
Oh, I know.
She'd been to Hunter's Night, yeah.
Yeah, your first Wasteland event was Hunter's Night.
Yeah.
For 3 years in a row before I went to Wasteland. No one believed that my first Wasteland year was my first Wasteland.
Oh, it was fucking hilarious.
It was great.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're like, how are you getting invited to all of the exclusive parties if this is your first year? You must be lying.
You didn't go here.
damn.
Straight up though.
So we
I
got
got some comments.
I'm sorry, dude, but that was.
No, you're
I
good.
thought that was like that's most what I thought. I was like seriously mean girls. You don't even go here.
Yes.
Hey, Bianca.
I love that movie though.
Oh, I do. Like, okay, so we got some
Guilty
comments.
pleasures.
We got Art saying 17 was my first year. Didn't have any problems with my 14. Well, yeah, because 17 year we didn't have a W issue.
I mean, the W shows up at 17. It wasn't that. It was pretty light.
Wait,
It was light and it happened once.
Yeah.
Is it the W or the WW?
The
W.
W.
Because we don't say what it means.
Yeah.
Or else you jinx it and we're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the W.
It's he who should not be named.
Yes.
Wait.
So, and then we got Peter going, my tent and with inflatable poles. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, I read that right.
Inflatable
Inflatable pole. What the fuck? Okay, so inflatable poles. Just laughed at the W. It would bend over, then pop back up, no problem. I only had half the guidelines installed because
So wait, your tent was like one of
the Dead
those.
Crow's backyard.
What is the whaley tube men?
Why
From,
do you
like,
even label our flailing tube bed?
that was your tent because it had inflatable poles.
Bailey buddies.
Wait, no, seriously. Send me the info to that tent. Please. Exit it. Or Zeke Bellwood is my name on Facebook. I'm gonna just comment.
Yes,
Look at the card.
I'll be right back. I gotta go take a grotch.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
On to a plug for that. If you guys haven't seen them, or if you are a regular watcher, go ahead and watch them like always. Grotch
We all have a stroller.
does their cult of cat meat. Cards Against Wastelanders event. They do like every other Thursday on Cold Cat Meat's page. If you guys enjoy our show, but you also want to watch some other shows that are Wasteland related and play some Wastelanders Cards Against Wastelanders. So it's Cards Against Humanity, but the questions are reworded to be Wasteland friendly, and then you type in your answer in the comments, and then they keep points if you win, and then you can get like a patch or something if you win.
Yes, it's fucking awesome.
We're still doing Wasteland Against Humanity
Like custom card deck.
custom card deck. We still have the document. So if you guys want a live show at Wastelands, that's Wasteland Against Humanity, please put in your information and I'll post the link.
Yeah, so Exodus is getting a custom Cards Against Humanity deck that will be Wastelanders Against Humanity. You can submit your ideas for the cards to the document that they have online, and
And I'll
Exodus is going to drop the
here.
link. Yeah.
Grotch, I adore you. But yes, go check out because they just recently came back with their show because they were moving to Vegas. So they just had one last week, Cards Against Wasteland, on
In a
their,
hot tub.
and a fucking hot, not only just a fucking hot tub, they did a fucking green screen effect to make it look like they were one of the vaults from Fallout. Not just any vault from Fallout, but the original Fallout games, like PC era. Before Bethesda dipped their
What the
fucking dick
shit?
in that fucking shit.
And it was fucking cool.
And then, so yeah. And there, like I was hearing you mention, like, yeah, there's other Wasteland shows like us, other than Cards Against Wasteland. There's also Welcome to the Waste on fucking Instagram.
You can find him on Instagram, but he's a regular podcast in that you can find him on Apple and
He's on TikTok too.
yeah, a bunch of stuff. His episodes are like maybe like 10 minutes. It's an evolving story where like he's doing his journal as he ventures through the wasteland. And so like if you watch a bunch of, or if you listen to a bunch of his stuff, over time you learn about the particular world that he's creating through his story. It's really interesting. He's done his first full season, which is like 10 episodes. He's now doing like
He's got a lot of fucking cool merch.
and so he's doing merch, getting ready for his second season. I don't know when that drops though.
No, like I don't know his Wasteland name yet at the moment. I can't remember at least. But like I said, this is the guy I mentioned. Like his name's like Edward, and like
Edward Grimm. is
he
his
looks
name.
like he almost looks like fucking Aaron from Game Grumps.
Oh god. I remember the comment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
so-
Edward Grimm.
yeah,
is his name.
Edward Grimm. Yeah, that's
Find
it.
him on Facebook and Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. But like I said, Apple Podcast, whatever, all those standard podcast places. They're short. They're like 10 minutes each, and it's a lot of fun. You know, he's got a lot of sound effects and static and stuff, and he's got an evolving story where he talks about characters that he's met that are kind of background characters to his evolving story.
Yes. And then, of course, there's other shows, like there's fucking Mackie Mac's fucking show on Instagram where he does a lot of craft making, Wasteland craft making, and other shit.
There's always Makeshifts, Apocalypse Post, a
Yeah.
podcast.
Who's
Yeah.
apparently the popular one out of all of us.
He's been doing a series on Wasteland Stories, which has been really great. If you wanted to hear some really great stories from like Wasteland Elvis and Captain and
Yes.
and Double Shot and Grotch and I don't know.
You can find
I don't know who's all been on it. I've seen most of them. They're great.
Oh, yeah, they're amazing. Like,
They're
you hear a lot of
entertaining
cool
as
shit.
shit.
Like, he's on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. He's got his own podcast. Like, he's been doing this for fucking, not really a show like we do. Like, he's been on the same boat with us, but he's been on that type of environment since day one of Wasteland, because he's like the one that usually makes the fucking footages for all of the fucking Wasteland weekend videos that we all see on fucking YouTube and other shit.
If you've seen the Wasteland highlight videos or the We Are Wasteland series, which is I think 3 or 4 videos now, all those are done by Makeshift. Excellent videographer, excellent guy, member of the Dukes of the Nuke,
Yep.
a friend of mine from going all the way back to my first Wasteland. You'll see maybe yourself or other Wastelanders show up in the background real quick. I'm in a video or two.
I saw myself once back in 2016.
Yeah.
That was it. And it was like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're on that YouTube video, aren't you? You showed me, right?
I'm on.
There's an episode where we do a commercial for this show.
Yes. He finally dropped our advertisement on the episode where he does the Wasteland stories with Captain.
Yeah.
It was Lady from Forlorn.
Yeah, Lady from Forlorn.
And Doc Scalded or something.
Yeah. And so yeah, like he usually does.
That one was called A Wastelander Walks into a Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, cause like a lot of them are work with serving drinks at their tribe. So they advertised us in the very beginning because we sent a video clip to him and he finally posted it on his episode.
Yeah, he was doing the thing for a bit that if you run something at Wasteland and you want an advertisement, send him a video and he'll include it in his podcast. So audio or video. or both if you really want to cover all your bases. Send it to Makeshift. I think he's got a Makeshift or Apocalypse Post Gmail or something like that. Look up his YouTube, all the information's there.
Yeah. Hell, we're watching him right now on the TV.
He's in the background. We have it muted, yeah.
Yeah, we're watching the video when he did the 10-year anniversary live stream where he just goes through year one to the recent year of the trailer videos he did. I was actually in that Zoom meeting that he was with because I signed up for it and I got approved. So we're just watching it and we're just chatting with each other and it was pretty fucking fun.
And then I'm featured in 2011's
Yes.
highlight reel, 2012's highlight reel, 2013's highlight reel from back when I used to do a bunch of like stage show stuff at Wasteland. So those are cool. Go check those ones out. You'll see Dome of Destruction, my original tribe, or the Rumble Bubble, apparently was its nickname. He does show those. And even in like the 10-year highlight where he does like a full compilation of all the videos, he still shows that. Like, he always pays tribute to really old school stuff, which is really great.
So Mimsy just dropped the link to the Apocalypse post, which
Yeah.
thank you for
Thank
doing
you.
that, because like this guy is a fucking legend.
Yeah.
And hopefully one day we can be on his show.
Yes. Yes, I would love
Yes.
that. I mean, I messaged him about it, but I don't know. He's a busy guy.
He's the guy, and he's got a list of other like the real Wasteland celebrities that he has on his show.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
Or Wasteland royalty.
Yeah.
Not as good as this one.
No, he's got a good show.
He has a great show.
We're not about competition. We're about lifting each other up.
Lifting each other up, and plus we're all here to spread the fucking Wasteland community, to be one with each other, especially since during these tough times, through the pandemic, where most of us can't really embrace each other physically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of inspiration from him. I got mad respect from him.
Yeah, even the two new people who went with me to Rust and Fire.
That's right. You picked up a couple people.
Yeah, so I picked up those newbies, and they were saying that they had watched a lot of Makeshift stuff. And so
They
even
did not watch us.
Nope, they have not heard of us. They have not heard of us yet. That is true. Hopefully they are now. I told them about us, of course.
Yeah,
But
like I also have a show that ways.
I mean, I remember Makeshift posted a thing about getting 400,000 followers on YouTube, and I was just like, bravo, dude! Like, how in the fuck,
Right?
You know? I mean, bravo!
we got like what?
Goals, you know?
Not even 100.
Yeah, exactly. So I know Makeshift is well known for sure.
Well,
you know?
well, not to mention one thing with Makeshift, he's been doing, like I said, he's been doing this since day one. He's been doing this for years throughout the timeline of Wasteland Weekend.
Yeah.
So he's built up that reputation.
Yeah, exactly.
Fireworks. So, if anything, for a moment, along those lines, it took time for him to grow and build up.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how much we have accomplished from the time you started this with your fucking cell phone. Just like, you know what? Fuck it. I miss people. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna talk to people.
Yeah.
And look how far you guys have come. To the point where we've got a stage set. We've got people coordinating shit to surprise us.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. That was
No, it's a
one of those things like we were mentioning earlier, like confirmation that people actually like what we do.
Yeah.
Not that we doubted that, but just
It
to
could
see
be
it on
hard
that
sometimes.
level,
Yeah.
confirmation was really incredible.
Yeah, and like fuck, like I'm really proud of how far we got in, and I love and appreciate all the viewers and people who support this bullshit.
We love you fuckers.
This random shit show we put together, where the audio is sometimes all over the place, where the video is.
Or
don't work.
sometimes you just can't fucking stream in the right area.
Oh, I did post my link for the.
Excellent.
So yeah, comments. Mims goes, I mean, has anyone parked a helicopter in Makeshift driveway? Just
Oh my god. So,
Okay, yes, I would take that.
Mike right there.
Rough Mike. I gotta fucking my show,
why
motherfucker.
are we dropping Mike?
What Mimsy just said.
Yeah, because
I know, I'm just teasing.
Okay.
But, get it. Drop Mike.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah, no, we're not dropping you, Mike.
Mike, so Mew is the reason why the helicopter has a pineapple.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the pineapple.
Pineapple.
I put the
It
pineapple
still
there.
has the pineapple.
That
He is the reason.
was a quest from Nyx. I was working front gate, and she just gave us all of the pineapples and said wreak havoc with the pineapples. I hung one from the crossbar of the helicopter because I thought it would make a kind of like fuzzy dice. You know?
Yeah, I like it.
But these are the same reasons why what is one man enter, one man
Thunderdome?
Thank you. I'm drunk. Leave me alone.
We all are.
That's the reason why Thunderdome started 2 hours late.
Oh.
That one, or the last year.
I didn't know it started late.
Because the pineapple in the middle of the dome.
People were worshiping the pineapple in the middle. Someone dropped a pineapple
Right
in the middle of the dome. 2 hours late.
And then people just decided just to work with this shit.
Because pineapples aren't allowed in the waste.
The fuck?
It's become a meme.
So you have to tell them the Nyx story.
Like a real
I
life.
want to tell the story. It's not my
Nyx
story.
is the reason.
It's not my story.
We will get this story
Yes.
told at some point.
So we'll get
you
the
guys,
story,
you
but
guys have to
if you guys are familiar at
And get the story.
Wasteland Command Center and at the front gate where we're checking, people drop off pineapples. There's a whole story behind that. I do not have the story, the full story, the
He
tell.
does have the whole story.
Mew might know some of it, but apparently maybe even Nyx knows it. And so if we can
Nyx
get
is
that,
the reason.
if we can get that story told, we'll let
Hunt down Nyx, have him talk to us.
The
Right.
grocery store nearby sells out of pineapples every single year.
Well, people also bring like plastic cups and metal
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
and scotch and stuff that looks like pineapples.
Nimbus Terry.
Yeah, and drop it off at the gate. And some people using the drink out of and
Yeah.
everything else.
So, I need to read a few more comments because
Yeah.
it's 9 o'clock and then we're going to have to close.
Okay.
Because y'all want to go drinking, so
Yeah, because we still want to go back to Fountainhead.
Yes.
So, we got Gilly going. Yeah, he's been at it a lot longer than you guys, and it's a lot better connected. But just remember, hold on for the long run. Well, yeah, of course, we're not going to give up on this shit because we got our own following and whatnot. Yeah, and like I
We've
said,
had a lot of fun. We'll keep doing this
Yeah.
even after Wasteland 2021.
Yeah. And then
we'll be back after that.
and then when we get as long as what Makeshift does today, we'll be popular.
Gotta hope so.
Absolutely.
that'd be cool.
But even though it's not about popular, it's just, like I said, we're just spreading the community around.
We want everybody to grow, including ourselves.
I want to be popular.
So,
It's not just our show. We want all the shows to grow, but also our show too.
yes.
What's
And then we got Kaylee Jade says, we appreciate you, your efforts, your humor, and enthusiasm for Wasteland. You help us all stay in touch and make sure the flame Wasteland Weekend never burns out. Can't wait to meet you all in person. Well, I met you at fucking Bikini Atoll. I was one of the sick motherfuckers that drank the human skull from Professor. That was me.
I got a new one for you.
Skull.
Okay, so we all know that you can make a heart with your hands thing. I'm gonna add the middle finger for Wasteland.
Yeah. This is what
Wasteland Love.
official Wasteland Talk logo.
Wasteland Talk Love logo.
I could do that.
Heart and middle fingers up. There we go.
I
So,
could do that.
more comments. Mimsy says, fucking shit. Stop that. It was so weird. They put sunglasses on it and shit. All of
Oh,
this
so
can't
weird.
wait to hunt you down. Gilly goes, Wonder if I should have a pineapple hanging in the arcade and see if I learn anything from this. LOL. And then Kaylee goes, "Oh my god!"
Wait, what did they hang sunglasses on?
Mimsy sunglasses.
Pineapple, probably.
Did
In
you
the context?
did you put sunglasses on the pineapple
Someone apparently
in
did.
the what is it, the rafflecopter?
In the
Rafflecopter.
Rafflecopter.
Raffle.
That's further back in the day.
Ah,
Here comes
Alright,
back.
so we
no,
should-
it's officially now called the rafflecopter.
No,
no, not fitly. Oh, Dad Crows will have your fucking head.
That-
The pineapple.
Hey, I know Tom. It's okay. Okay.
Tom's not the one you need to worry about. It's Coach. It's fucking Coach.
I know. I'm teasing.
Okay.
Coach and whiskey.
The pineapple in the Thunderdome.
Pineapple and thunder.
I didn't do it, but
They
other.
put sunglasses on the pineapple in the Thunderdome. Oh my god.
Nice, nice.
Alright, so, in closing,
Yeah.
In closing.
thank you all for fucking watching this. We'll see you in a couple weeks. I've been Commodore Pistolip.
And I've been Hatter of the Waste.
Get your
This
foot
has
out.
been Wasteland Talk. Thank you for joining us.
Stop.
They'll let you close the front little video.
Another video you made? You.
I think they can still hear us.
Yeah.
So it turns out there's no God. All of our hopes have been lost. We held our dreams to the skies and hoped that we'd all die. And where were you when the fallout came down? And where were you when the king lost his crown?